Shalom, my homies. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Stacking Triggers podcast, a podcast for casual spikes like you and me and Bill. How are you, Bill?
Super casual.
I can
So
tell by your
casual that I
collared
miss.
shirt at home that you're super casual.
Yes. I'm so casual that it's professional. Yeah.
Well, on today's episode, it's very light. We haven't played much Magic. There's actually not a lot going on in the Magic world. The big thing, however, outside of us talking about what we've played over the past couple weeks, is going to be the changes to the Magic Online challenge pricing and what that means for you and not us, because we don't play challenges, and if we do play in challenges, we don't do very well in them. But before we get into that, let's talk about how we've been playing the past few weeks. Bill, how's your Fortnite Magic been?
Pretty slow. Pretty cringe. Very Ohio Riz, as
Skibbity
my
toilet.
wife turns off all the lights in my room. Because she can't just say turn off bedroom lights. She says, Google, turn off all the lights.
Turn off every light. Turn off the entire power to the house.
Turn it all off. But
Yeah.
yes, I've only done 2 weeklies. Haven't really explored outside of that. Just too busy.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you, Dan? What have you been up to?
All right, so I haven't played an RCQ since I came back to North Carolina. And
Yeah.
it's fine. I do want to try to qualify for Portland still, but there was an RCQ today that was like an hour away, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with this shit. So I thought about it. I had the deck I played at locals, which is Teamer Grinding Station Breach
Nice.
combo. I had that sleeved up and ready to go, but then I was like, I'd rather just sell my this bulk shit of my collection to the store and just get $200 for it in store credit. So
Nice.
There's that. But yeah, so I've played very little Murktide. I am dubious of Murktide's position in the current metagame, just because there's too much stuff right now. I think Murktide's best whenever there's a tier 1, a heavy tier 1 that leans in one direction, or tier 0. Like a Nadu form.
Yeah.
People are like, well, Nadu just beats that. No, I felt pretty good in the Nadu matchup as Murktide, every time. I never was I'm really scared of Nadu. I think in general, I was win positive against Nadu, and maybe it was because I was playing bad players, but I never really lost. I lost to one player, and I was off 1 damage in game 3. So, fuck it, I'll take it,
Right.
But, and so Murktide could play around tier 0 and pre-board for tier 0 and then board even harder. But now it's all right, we got Boros Energy, which is not taking my local metagame by storm. Not everybody is playing this. So you have a bunch of other random shit that gets played. And I'm just cool. People play Titan in my area because Titan, popular combo deck.
Yep.
The cards that beat Titan don't necessarily beat Boros. Harbinger of the Seas beats Amulet. Does nothing against Boros. Boros is just I don't care about this fucking card. Who cares?
Yeah.
What are you doing playing this card? Why did you play this card against me? Toxic Deluge doesn't beat Amulet Titan, but sure does shit on Boros Energy. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's Murktide's kind of being pulled into you're kind of hedging against two different things, and then there's also Eldrazi on top of that, which is also a terrible matchup for you, which is why you have your Harbingers and why you have your main deck Consigns and why you have your main deck go for the throats and shoot the sheriffs and shit. So I understand why people like its position. I think it's like a tier 1 deck, but I think it's like the weakest of the tier 1 decks because it requires like perfect metagame knowledge of what your opponent's playing. And it's really
Yeah.
easy to get to do that whenever you're sitting in a room with everybody and you're just like, I'm done with my match. Or like, when you and I went to the RCQs, it was like, oh, this guy's on this deck.
Yeah.
I played this guy. He's on this. We share that
Yeah, having
information
that heads
multiple
up.
times.
Yeah, having that heads up information really helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that helped me in my finals against the Amulet player because you were like, yeah, they're Amulet, but like with Nadu, and I'm like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's a
So,
weird amulet.
so just have Harbinger of the Sea and Seas and Subtlety. Got it.
Right.
Which was, hey, it turns out that's what won me the game. But and like you played against the Jeskai control player. I'm like, hey, they're on Jeskai control, and it, didn't help
It
you because
didn't help me
didn't help
game
you, but
2.
like in theory it should have. But
It should have, yes.
so unless you have like perfect metagame knowledge, Murktide feels really weird going
Yeah.
into it. Like I would actually feel really good about playing Murktide in an open deck list versus closed deck list. If like I'm playing at I think
Oh,
I think the RC is open deck list. So like if I went to let's pretend the RC is open deck list. If the RC is open deck list, I think Murktide's great there. But like if you're
how
playing
does that
blind,
work?
you get to you spend like a minute or two, look over like deck configurations. Like
Oh, I see.
players carry around like I believe their deck list and we'll be like, all right, now hand each other your deck lists. All right, review it, see what's up, and then move on. So like, you know, uh when I went to locals, and this is a roundabout way of me to start talking about locals with the grinding station breach deck. I went to locals and I played that deck, and everyone's just like, I have no idea what your deck does. None. And I'm like,
What?
this is great. This is amazing. Well, because they
How
see
do,
like they see me playing like someone saw me play like Malevolent Rumble turn 2, and they're like, the fuck is going
what?
on here? Like, what jank have you brought? And then like two
How
turns
how do
later, I'm just like, all right, Emery, Mishra's Bobble, Grinding Station, Underworld Breach, and they're like, oh, yeah. And they just die. And they're like, all right, I'm just gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna show you at the Essus Oracle. You're dead.
how do people not understand the purpose of that rumble? That's such a good card.
It is, but like, I just don't think people have seen it. Like, I sit there and watch a ton of Magic. Like,
Right.
I watched Corey Baumeister play this deck 3 weekends, like for like 30 hours
Yeah.
over the past like month. I've watched him play for 30 hours. So like I just know the deck, and I watch it. I'm like, here's the lines he's doing, and so I get it on that level. But like, you have to understand, there are people that aren't me that will just like, they'll sit there at the kitchen table with their friends and they'll play Magic and they won't see like Grinding Station ever.
That's so okay. Yeah, because like not even like just your deck, but like there's quite a few decks with Rumble in it now. And I'm like, when you see that, you should just say it's Yogg's playing it now.
Yeah, like Yogg plays
Uh,
it, but like I showed them Hedge Maze plus Urza Saga, and they're just like, huh? Like the amount of times I go Hedge Maze into Urza Saga is actually insane.
that's crazy.
And
Yeah,
then of course you can go
I love
turn 3
Rumble.
ring, but
I love Rumble. I love any of the Delirium decks that can fit Rumble into it.
and the deck plays Shifting Woodland, so it can like combo
Yeah,
through.
fantastic.
Yeah, so like if you somehow
Oh,
have
did you get the Bloomburrow card?
what
That's
Bloomburrow card?
essentially there's a Bloomburrow card, something cash, uh, that also it mills things but lets you get a land or creature back from what was milled.
I think Rumble is just better because it just says permanent.
It's yeah. Oh, you get to get a permanent back from that.
Yeah, Rumble's permanent.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So let me read it. So yeah, reveal the top 4 cards from your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard, which is which is also the good part. Like you put them into your graveyard, so like
Right.
you mill 3, or mill 4, put one into your graveyard or put one in your hand. So it's
Yeah.
like second Emery almost, which like
Yeah,
the
it's
deck kind
cray.
of does need those loops where you go like Emery into Emery into Emery, and then you're just like, all right, in these 12 cards, have I found the Mox Amber? If I haven't, the game's probably over, but I've tried.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's cash grab. That's the other one.
mm,
Mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among the cards milled this way into your hand.
uh, cost
Yeah. 1 in a green. Instant.
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 It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Also,
It doesn't make a
if you
mana.
control, it does not make a mana. But if you control a squirrel, you get to make a food.
Okay, yeah, that's no.
Yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't matter. Or if
yeah.
you return to Squirrel Man.
So, yeah, Rumble's just better because it gives you the third mana.
It gives you that
It gives
mana
you the
for
mana
later
back,
use.
and then you just go ring on turn 4 or on turn 3, which like uh oftentimes will just win you the game just having ring. Hey, shocker, the one ring, good card.
Yeah, I was playing with Cash Grab, um, in a Gruul Turbo Rhinos deck. That was really fun. The what's the MH2 one in a red Delirium Cascade?
Bloodbraid Marauder.
Yes, that's it. So like you do this, and then you're just instantly like you can turn 3 the Rhinos. I guess you could do that too on any other Rhinos deck, but this one's like, hey, this is on a thing, on a different creature.
I think it's too cute.
It's fun.
Man.
It's just
But
a fun one.
yeah, so I played Breach. I beat Murktide. The guy had no idea what I was doing, and he's just like, "Oh, he's somebody who's asked for like Murktide advice before, and like we talked about this. I give him Murktide advice, and I'm like, here's what I think about Murktide. Obviously, don't take anything I say as gospel. I'm just like a regular guy who just plays a lot of Murktide and sees a lot of bad Murktide
Yeah.
players. Uh, I hate to say it, but he's not a good Murktide player. Um, but he sided out the spell snares in game 2, and I'm like, why would you do that? All
Yeah.
all of my good stuff is 2 mana. You know, I have Malevolent Rumble, which is 2 mana. I have Underworld Breach, which is 2 mana. I have Grinding Station, which is 2 mana. Like, why would
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Your key pieces are 2 mana.
The best 3 cards in my deck are 2 mana. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you take out the best card against them? I don't know. It didn't make any sense. No offense to him, but like he's the reason why Murktide win rates are so low.
Oof.
Like, keep it up, buddy. Keep going.
Me too.
Also you.
Me
But
too.
you just if I could just sit there and just drill it into your head for like an entire day, you would figure it out.
Probably.
Because
But I
let's
like
not
more
forget, you
aggro-y.
consigned a fucking Ugin's Labyrinth trigger for some reason.
Yeah, I think I
I
was just thinking too hard.
Yeah, you were trying to big brain and you just shouldn't big brain. But whatever.
Yeah.
Round 2, I played against Storm, which is in theory one of the deck's worst matchups. And it's because they can combo you earlier than you can combo them. Fortunately, that did not happen. I was able to just, do the thing. They went like turn 2 on the play Ruby in game 3, and I had the Haywire Might in hand, and I specifically was sandbagging the Haywire Might for that exact play. So, I went, all right, fetch, get a forest of some kind, exile the Ruby. All right. And they're like, all right, yeah, I don't have any cost reduction. So I'm like, cool. Here's Thassa's Oracle Underworld Breach. Can you kill that? No? Okay.
I win.
I win. Round 3 was against Yawgmoth. This is one of the other players who plays a lot of Murktide, but like Yawgmoth is his secondary deck. Sorry about that. There, it sounded like some elderly man was like in my house for some reason. It was
Oh
just
no,
my elderly dog hacking. But yeah, he like I do feel like everyone should have a second modern deck. You know,
I agree.
just like as a set, like something else to play, and also because like along the lines of like having free information. If you play the same deck every week at locals and you show up at an RCQ, I'm going to assume you're playing that same deck that
Exactly.
you always play. So like having a secondary deck, people will be like, do I are you playing this deck? Or are you playing that deck? What I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. And so like having a second deck, people will be like, are they gonna play Murktide? Are they gonna play Yawgmoth? Are they gonna play because that like your opening hand in game one is very important. Very important. And if
Yeah.
you can just like take a little bit of an advantage against your opponent by playing a different deck than you normally play, or like having two decks that you could play
Yep.
at any time, take it.
I play a different deck almost every week.
Yeah, well, I love you. I don't think that's right. I think you
It is
should.
not
I
right.
think you should be focusing on fundies of one deck until you get really good at one deck, and then you can take a second deck. That's
That's probably
that's where
true.
the thing is different. Because like
Yeah.
I don't trust your fundies on energy.
I don't trust my fundamentals on anything.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like you have to you have to develop fundies on a deck, and then you can go play another deck.
I go with my gut.
I think that's wrong. I love you. I think that's wrong. I think you just need to develop. I think you just need to grind energy until, or like a deck. It doesn't have to be energy. Just pick a deck and grind it. Just play it every week
Yeah.
until you like
I
really
found a new one.
understand.
I found a new one I'll talk to you about during my time that I
Yeah.
like.
And then so I beat him through an endurance, which is it's not hard, but it's tricky because like you think
Yeah.
that like you basically what you just need is you need a 0 mana artifact in play while your breach is on the battlefield with grinding station. So like you need to go like grinding station, then breach, and then if they exile your graveyard, like you're soft with that line, you're soft to force of negation or not force of negation, sorry, force of vigor or besate you. But if all they have is endurance and they go endurance, you just go, okay, that's fine. I have a 0. I'll just, you know,
Start
stack
it up
the
again.
0, keep and repeatedly cast the 0 until I get to like us another Emery or another Malevolent Rumble. Generally, it's going to be
Right.
Emery because you want to just like because you're already floating for blue with off the Mox Amber. So generally, it's going to be second Emery, play the Emery, and then go. But
Yeah.
and then just have enough in your graveyard that it's just like, all right, I just win from here.
Hmm.
And then round 4, I played against the Soul Trader player.
Oh
And
no.
boy, let me tell you something. I don't think this is a legitimate player at all. I really don't. I don't say that often about people. I don't. But like this does not seem like a legitimate player. Like
Hmm.
they're the what they're able to do with a combo deck that like is fine. Like it's fine. But
Yeah.
what they're able to do with it every time is just kind of like, really? You just have all this right
Just turn
now?
threes you every time.
Yeah, like I got turn 3 in game 2 and like game 1 I wasn't doing particularly anything. I had a 1 ring and they killed me through it and it's like, okay, that's fine. Like that happens. But game 2 they
Mm-hmm.
just go, "All right, Gravecaller, all right, Marionette Apprentice, all right, Warren Soul Trader, you're dead." And I'm like, "Sure." Like, okay, you just have this. Whatever you say, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they're getting a deck shuffle anytime I play them now.
Hell yeah.
Instead of a good old cut. They're getting
Instead of a friendly cut, you're
they're
doing
getting a
deck
locals
shuffles.
deck shuffle.
The
Yeah, they're getting the Pro Tour shuffle. I
yeah.
do not believe this person is a legitimate player. I can't because like their takes on Magic are so fucking bad 'Cause this is the
Yeah.
person that's like, why don't you play Leyline of the Void and Murktide? And I'm like, fucking why?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
would anybody play Leyline of the Void in Murktide? Tell me what that does.
Good
Oh, that's
question.
their graveyard. Okay, cool. What else does it do? Nothing? Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it doesn't stop the frog at all.
Doesn't do anything. It does
If they
nothing.
already have a Murktide out and you're getting
No,
it
they
out
wanted
for
me to
some
play it
reason.
like they thought I would play it for against their deck, and it's like, yeah, sure, it does something
Oh,
against your deck, but like, who cares?
yeah. You know what else does great things against their deck? Surgical Extraction.
Surgical Extraction, Extirpate, Spell Bomb,
Yeah,
all cards that actually do something. Although
yeah.
Extirpate's like slightly worse than Surgical. I think Surgical's better in that matchup than for that specific matchup. You're generally playing Extirpate for Jeskai control.
What does X? Because Extirpate's also instant, right?
It is a split second.
Split second. Yeah, so they
Yeah,
can't
so
even counter it.
yeah, so you can't counter it, and you can't
Yeah,
like the other thing too. I think split seconds also abilities.
correct. Yeah, you cannot respond. Split
Yeah,
second
so
is
that means
above everything except for I think mana abilities.
so the only thing so like it's also good in the mirror where like they have a frog on the battlefield and you go to surgical something you
Yeah,
or like you can exile in response to the surgical, but if you extirpate
right.
instead they can't respond to that, so the card just goes, which is fine, but it's like you're not playing extirpate in the mirror, you're just not.
No, yeah. Split second. As long as the spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's what I figured was the case. But yeah, I don't.
Yep.
You're not playing that. Sorry, you're just not playing it. And if you are, you're wrong. Do not
You're
play
silly.
surgical spells against Murktide as as an opposing Murktide player. For the love of God, please don't do it. But yeah,
Oh man.
that's it. I went 3-1. Like I got prizing. I was happy with the prizing. It was just like I fucking
Nice.
I also kind of hate playing against this kind of like the Soul Trader player in general because they don't shut up. And it's not like they're having a
Uh,
conversation with me. It's like they're just talking about their game plan out loud. And it's like they spent the entire game one trying to figure out what my deck was. And not even just like
why?
and they're just like, so what could you possibly have here? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, buddy, you gotta shut the fuck up. Like just shut the fuck up. Like think about this
Yeah.
quietly in your head. Like
Yeah. That seems like
when I played your deck the first time, I was like, what is this? Oh, it's Soul Trader combo. Okay, I got it. I saw the Marionette Apprentice. Like, oh, it's Soul Trader combo. I got it.
yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Not many decks play it.
yeah, not many decks play it. I'm like, okay, I understand now. But I wasn't like, I understand your deck now. It wasn't like, you played this, so this means whatever. No, if you do that, just shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Please just shut the fuck up. Like it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah. I can agree with you there.
That's my stuff. My very long-winded stuff. How about your stuff?
Yeah. So last week I played The Rock, Golgari the Rock. That also is a game that requires a lot of metagame knowledge,
Mhm.
and is I would probably say like a different mid-rangey deck, but I didn't like it. It just like even knowing everything, I still felt extremely underpowered.
Oh yeah, because like what has Golgari gotten other than Nethergoyf? Nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
I guess
Yeah,
you
that
could
was it.
rumble, but
Yeah. Also, like my meta has devolved quite a bit.
oh god,
There's like 3 to 4 Titan players out of 15 people now.
that's like
So
my LGS.
your chances of hitting Titan are very high to play against.
Yeah, I think
So
with
it
that
sucks.
meta, I'd be bringing in like Harbinger plus subtleties to every event.
Yeah, it's a little rough, to say the least. But yeah, so I'm not going to recap game by game for last week because it just felt miserable. I was miserable, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's fair.
This past week, though, I did also terrible, but on a deck that's a lot more fun for me, and that was the Rakdos Shadow deck. So that's gotten an upgrade with the Nethergoyf.
Yep.
And it's a little more aggro-y. So I like dudes and I like swinging the dudes. Oh, and the Phoenix. The Phoenix helped out too.
Detective Phoenix also a good card.
Detective Phoenix, amazing card. It lets you win games that you shouldn't. Um, because you're just able to close it out. But this first one, I was against Naya Energy. That was unfortunate because game one he won like it. He won. I got him down to probably like 2 life or something, and I just couldn't draw a bolt or something to finish it off. Game two, I missed lethal because he had a board of dudes, but he had no flyers. I had a DRC with flying. With delirium, that's the word. Yeah, so there was DRC with delirium, a shadow, and then there was a Phoenix in the yard.
Did you have enough for collect evidence 6?
I did, and enough to keep the thing. When I mathed it, I was like 2 damage off. I mathed wrong.
It's shocking. I can't believe it.
Yeah, because I had a fetch on play in play as well. I forgot about the fetch. So yeah. And there were definitely shocks still in the deck. Yeah, so I could have gotten there. I think I was really freaked out about it because I couldn't shock because I was down to 2 life, and he was at 16. Yeah, so that would have been 3 from Darcy. Hold on, so that would have been 3 from Darcy, 11 on the dude Shadow.
Yep.
Then 2 would have, so that would have been 14, and then 2 from the Phoenix would have pumped them up.
Yeah, you could still fetch and not shock, and be at 15.
I could fetch and not shock
and have 17.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I missed lethal there, so
Sure
unfortunate. Game 2 was against an affinity commander deck. Yeah, they learned real quick about.
I'm sorry, we gotta fucking not let these people play. I'm sorry,
Yeah, like I don't know, but it was like they learned what Thoughtseize did. I brought in Liliana the Veil for funsies.
Sure.
And they figured out how Liliana works because I got to alt Liliana and say, "Hey, pick a pile."
I understand that we want modern players to play at your LGS, but like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. Like, if you could at least just keep it 60 cards at like average mana value of like 3.
In
Like,
today's modern 2, unless you're Titan 2.
Yeah, or Eldrazi's, but yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have ways of cheating fast mana, 2.
Which she did. She had in there, like, what's the fucking things? The Tron lands. So like, and this person in the Discord, she sent her list like forever ago, and I was like, oh, I see you're trying to do stuff with Affinity. Here's a list that's actually Affinity. This is much more consistent. Please just play Affinity.
And just play Affinity. It's so cheap.
Yeah.
The cards aren't good, so it's cheap.
Exactly.
Like the deck has no meta share. It's cheap. Play it.
Play it, please. Just so it's something else and I don't feel bad about beating you into the ground.
I'm aggravated for you. That I'd be so fucking tilted if I had to play that.
Yeah, I'm not tilted. Like that just becomes like a fuck off game,
Yeah, but
and I'm just like,
you know me.
whatever.
Like I hate when people don't play meta
I
already.
know.
And like when people just play like, oh, here's my commander deck that I just have because I don't play this format. It's like, okay, well then why are you playing the format? Like
Yeah,
I'm
it was
all for
bad.
bringing people into formats, but like there has to be a deck. Like you have to actually play a real deck. Like it could be
Right.
fucking mono white humans for all I care. Like, you could port your Pioneer deck. I don't care.
Listen. Mono White Humans actually had like a thing pop off. Somebody won a league with
Oh,
it.
I saw
So
that.
don't
I saw it. That's why I brought it
like.
up. But like
Yeah,
you could port mono white humans, and I'd be like, I understand this. This is understandable.
yeah. This is doable. You can do
You
this.
can play
There are
this.
yes.
Like I think you could kind of play Pioneer mono white humans right now in modern and be fine. Of course, like yeah, you probably need to bring in the Aether Vials and you swap out like hopeful initiates for like Champion of the Parish, but
I'm trying to think. What else did I play against? I played against Titan. That is by far. Oh yeah, I'm on rack. Yeah, I already said I'm on rack test shit. That's by
yep.
far probably one of my harder matchups still.
You don't have blue, so yes.
But I do have had. I was missing a couple cards like the Tarfires and stuff, so
On the
I just
way.
slammed in. I know you sent them, and I appreciate them. Uh, but I ended up just throwing in there just like a Magus of the Moon. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
he's like 2 up, but like he's a good meta call for Thursdays because there's 4 Titan
Yeah,
players
there's 4 Titan
and
players.
they don't have creature removal.
Yeah. So what's your fetch package look like?
It's like the fetchables.
Yes, the fetchable. Well, the fetch and the fetchables.
Yeah, one rack, one surveil.
Mm-hmm. It
Uh,
should be 4 crypt.
yeah, 4 crypt, one surveil, 4 of the Myers, the bloodstained Myers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's like 2 of the marsh flats, 2 of the catacombs,
Okay.
and I think that's it. Maybe a playset of the deltas. I can't remember.
Okay. How many basics do you run?
2 blacks.
Okay, good. 2 small. Okay. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure you have
yeah.
that because yeah, you can actually just slam
Mm-hmm.
Blood Moon or Magus into that deck main board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where he was. He was just main board
Yeah.
because I didn't have the
But
Tarfire.
yeah, like you need the proper fetches to do such a thing, and you need your basic swamps. So and you have the
Yeah.
correct package for this exact thing. So good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Having played Murktide, did this exact thing with Blue Lands. Yes, you did. You did it right.
Yes. Okay. I remember now what game 3 was now. Soul Trader combo.
Um,
Yeah. So the guy that typically plays Yawgmoth has decided to switch it up to Soul Trader
that's
combo.
fair. They're relatively similar.
Very similar. Game 1, I did get the Magus of the Moon.
Nice.
I did not fetch a black source prior to that.
You're an idiot.
Well, I didn't know Magus was coming. And then I just slammed him. And I just kept shoving him in. Smashing. Never drew a black source. Had a fistful of black cards. He's on a version of Soul Trader that runs red as well.
Trying to think what comes in that.
Like he's got like 1 or 2 basic mountains in the deck.
Okay.
Bombardment is what he's running in there, and I think like bolts.
Okay, so he's like definitely trying to mega kill you as fast as possible.
Yes. But he did game 1. He did end up doing the combo. Good for him. Game 2, He was able to win game 2 as well, but I made it incredibly difficult for him because turn 1 Thoughtseize into taking his Gravecrawler to same turn taking the Gravecrawler out of the game.
Oh, okay. So you surgical?
Yeah, I had Surgical on hand.
Okay. That's I'm gonna be like Thoughtseize. Take Gravecrawler. Why?
Because I had Surgical.
Man, if it was anything other than that, I would have screamed at you.
Yeah. I forget how.
Also, did you do like what? Did you do 7 damage to yourself that turn?
Oh yeah.
Fetch, shock, Thoughtseize, surgical.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my god!
I was down to like 12 or
Oh
something.
Here's my 1/1 Death Shadow on turn 1.
Hell yeah, buddy. But yeah, he ended up being able to. He had the Nightmare, Carthonian Nightmare, in the deck as well. Yeah, so he was able to loop constantly his thingies. The land creature on one side, land on the other.
Oh,
the one that exiles graveyards. Yeah, that's it. And like he was just able to keep doing that and keeping my shit small. Because I couldn't find a shadow to save my fucking life. But yeah, I mean it was a good, fun game, and it's like each round was really fun. And he's like, we actually started to play like another round, like after we reported, because like this is a good matchup between us, because I feel like both decks have like a lot of decision points to make.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not as many as Murktide, but
no. Sure.
And then I played Titan and lost terribly because the list I have has 0 other than the Molten Collapse. I have no instant speed removal that would hit a Titan.
Oh, and by the way, Molten Collapse, sorcery speed.
Correct.
Yeah, so that sounds like you need like a Terminate.
Yeah, I need like Terminates or like words are hard. Go for the
Ragavan hit into Magus of the Moon on turn 2.
No, that's dumb. I don't need I don't need Ragavan.
No, that's like that was the way Murktide would beat fucking Amulet all the time. All right, turn 1 Ragavan, go. All right, I don't have removal or Grazer, pass.
Do I just mainboard Ragavan just for gigs?
Ragavan hit. All right, make a treasure, play, get out my island, play Blood Moon, go. That was how Murktide won ever. Like,
I know.
If you did that exact thing against Tron and Amulet, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
they had nothing. There was just no way.
Yeah.
But the answer is no. You don't. Ragavan is not very good in this current meta.
No. Like there's times it's okay, but like that's about it.
Non-creature combo decks would have to come back. Like actually, like unironically, Fury would have to return.
Yeah. Poor Fury. Like, can we have Fury back now?
I do think we should have Fury back at this point. Like
we okay. Like the scam stuff still nerfed pretty good now.
I will say though, Jeskai control. Well, there's that Jeskai dress down deck.
Yeah.
Obviously you're not going to do like, all right, here's 8 to your entire board. It's
no, but you're going to have a double strike 4/4 on.
You're still going to have a double strike 3/3
or 3/3, yeah.
But like, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's fine. It died for Grief sins, and now Grief is died for its own sins. So like, bring back Fury.
Can we have Fury back, please?
Although
because I'm
I wonder, because like so let's say December rolls around and they're like, all right, we're banning the One Ring and we're giving everyone back Fury.
yeah,
Does Energy just play 4 copies of Fury?
probably. There's no, there's not enough red support.
You got
Most of the cards are
Bombardment,
white.
Blood Moons, Discharges, Amped Raptors,
Oh, sorry, I
Ragavans.
forgot about the Ant Raptors.
So you got like
Okay, actually, yeah. You have
I
enough
think you got
support.
plenty of cards. I think you probably have at least 18 cards, not counting the Furies themselves.
Slide in a few ephemerates, and then you're set.
Nah, you can just you'll eventually get to 5 mana.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, give us back Fury
Yeah,
Wizards.
yeah. I think I'm going to be like my main deck now. Though will be the Rakdos scam. I have a lot of fun with it because it's more aggro-y, and like my games are done in a decent amount of time
Yeah,
most of the time. Because I help my opponent to kill me.
that's true. I see it.
Yes, it's fantastic. But yeah, that's about it. That was yeah, I hate Titan so much right now. Like,
That's actually what won Apex. It beat Breach.
who's playing it?
Uh, Somebody I've literally never heard of in my entire life.
Oh, he wasn't anybody you saw at my locals, was it?
God no.
Okay, all right.
No, it was a seemingly good player, although it took them. I don't like it. I don't like watching Amulet right now because like it's like, all right, I'm gonna aftermath analyst you. Okay, I'm gonna loop the aftermath analyst a
Oh,
million times,
it's
and I'm like,
that version of.
boy, fuck you. Like this
Oh,
is just so stupid. Just kill them. Oh my god, just fucking kill them,
yeah, I
please.
hate. Okay, so there's somebody at my locals who plays this version, and I hate it so much. It makes me want to play Leyline of the Void. But you know what? They're just gonna like besage you it or something, and then it's
Yeah.
not even gonna matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Like,
matter. But like, I hate watching it. Like, there's like the original before MH3, the amulet lines were fine. Like, I was like, all right, this is all
mm-hmm.
reasonable. This is all interactable. Like, this is fine. There's like very minute points with this analyst shit that you can interact with, and they just loop. Can like it's
Yep,
like Nadu, but worse. Actually, it's not. I don't know if it's
yep.
worse, but like it's like Nadu, and like when you're looping that much,
I
it's
don't
just kind of
care.
like this sucks. This
It's awful.
sucks.
Yeah,
So yeah, ban Amulet of Vigor. Sorry,
that or like ban Primeval Titan.
I think you ban Vigor because then people just play Scape Shift and that's fine.
Yeah, probably.
Scape Shift combo is probably fine. But then you probably also have to hit Storm because then Storm becomes the preeminent murder you on turn 2 combo deck.
Dan, we've been talking 45 minutes about our weeklies.
That's true. We were not supposed to. All right, real quick, let's talk about MTGO and the format challenges update with entry and pricing. So generally, this was announced on like Wednesday. So generally, blah 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 blah. We have unintended consequences of the Magic economy, particularly that there are too many treasure chests entering the system. I could have told you that because
Yeah,
they gave too many treasure chests in challenges. Everyone's like, "Oh my
too
god, challenges
many.
are mega worth it." Even if you get like fucking top, if you even get like top 32 in your challenges, you get 25 treasure chests, and it's like, holy fuck, that's way too many. It's
That's a
just
lot.
that's way too many. So under the previous challenge 32 system, first got 600 play points, 100 treasure chests, 40 qualifying points, and then a set. Second,
Yeah.
we get 600 play points, 75 treasure chests, and 40 qualifier points. Third and fourth, 450, 50, 20. Fifth through eighth, 450, 25, 10. 9th through 16th would get 300 play points and 10 treasure chests, and 17th through 32nd would get 305 treasure chests. So,
Damn.
like, how many? This is 50. This is 100, 200, 275, 375 chests just given to top 8, on top of
Right.
600 play points, all those qualifier points. Sorry, for top 8, it was like 450 minimum for play points.
Right.
So that's what, 4 leagues or
4.5. Yeah.
1.5 challenges.
Yep.
And then if you won, you got 2 challenges, or you won or got second, you got 2 challenges, and then you got all the qualifier points. So yeah, that's like a lot of prizing for under the
Yeah,
old
it
system.
is. And like the old system too, like they were just doing it once a week, I think, right?
The
Was
old
it
system also included like all the new challenges, so ones like every day.
right, I know, but like I'm talking like their old schedule was like once a week, if I
Oh yeah,
remember
yeah. It
right.
was over like weekend. Like it was leagues. It was leagues and prelims during the week, and then you would
Right.
play your challenges on weekends.
Right. And now they've gone to like multiple challenges a week. Like not just
Multiple
over the
challenges a day,
weekend.
even in every format.
Right. Yeah. So like it makes sense to reduce this. I think it's fine, especially for the people you have that are just like constantly paying or playing, right? Like I'm sure you see the same like at least 30 people playing
Yeah.
every week.
But now the play point structure is going to be shared across all of the challenges, with the exception of what happens to 33rd and below to 48th. Uh, actually, prizing below top 16 is changing a little bit, but we'll go over that. So with the big challenges, the 64 challenges, the prizing structure is remarkably the same. Actually, it's almost entirely the same. However, 33rd through 64th would get their entry back. So you were at least aiming to get, winning record to get to the 33rd through
Yeah.
64th place to get your entry back. Or not entry back, because what was it? I'm sorry, it's half of your entry back, because it was 300 play points or 300 or 30 ticks to get into the whole thing. Now
Right.
we're moving to 25 ticks or 250 play points, so about a $5 decrease to enter, which is great. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So for first place, you now get 750 play points or 3 challenge entries. 70 treasure chests down from 100, 50 qualifier points up from 40, and 1 set. So I think,
Yeah.
I think overall for first place, I think that's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Second place, 650 play points, 40 treasure chests, down from 75 is what I said. Yep, 75. So you're losing 35 treasure chests, which is something. I mean, first you're losing 30, but like you're also getting 100 more play points. You're getting 150 more play points versus second, which only gets 50 more play points than what they got before. And 40
Yeah.
and 40 qualifier points, which is exactly how much they got before. So second place gets hosed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Third and fourth, 550 play points up from 450. 20 treasure chests down from 50, and 30 qualifier points up from 20. Fifth through
Dang.
eighth, 450 play points. That's the exact same. 10 treasure chests down from 25, and 20 qualifier points up from 10. And yeah. And then 9th through 16th, 350 play points up from 300. 5 treasure chests, which is up the exact same, and 10 qualifier points. So in reality, like getting 9th through 16th, actually more profitable.
Question mark?
actually profitable now, which is great.
Yeah.
And then on the Challenge 32s, 17th through 24th gets 250 play points, so they get their buy-in back, which I don't think was the case.
No, I think you said previously it was not.
No,
getting
they would, because it was 17th through 32nd. So the 30, so like people below 32nd would not get their buy-in back, or
Nice.
people below 25 and below would not get their will not get their buy-in back now. So do better. And then for the larger challenges, 32nd gets 250 play points and 3 treasure chests and 5 qualifier points, which is down from 300 play points, 5 treasure chests, and no QP. So you get increased. So they're putting more emphasis on qualifier points and less emphasis on play points and treasure chests. And
Huh.
then
Well,
for the 64 challenges, only up to 48th place will get prizing as opposed to 64th place. However, 48th place, the 33rd through 48th will get 250 play points. So their entry back.
dang.
All right, Bill. So all that to be said, there's been some kerfuffle. People will be like, these challenges aren't worth it anymore. What do you think?
I think it's still worth it, right? Like, then again, I also suck so badly
I've
at the
seen it.
game. So, like, I am spending way more than I am making back 90% of the time. Like, yeah. Like, okay, you're making a little less back, but at the same time, it's like, if you keep giving out this amount of treasure chests, you're going to crash the card market that's propping everything else up.
Yep.
So I understand the reason they needed to do this.
Yep.
Like, I'm sure with the past couple of sets since they've done this, they've seen, wow, the prices of these cards are extremely low. Why is that? It's because there's too many. Yeah.
That's true. So recently, within the last month, treasure chests were at their lowest value ever at 170. Not lowest set. No, it's no. Oh, actually, I lied. From the last 3 years, over the last 3 years, treasure chests were sitting around 2.4 in expected value. At their highest, it was like 2.6. At their lowest, which was on my birthday.
Huh.
Yeah, on my actually on August 23rd, they're at 1.7. They're now back up to about 1.9 in expected value. But at the beginning, at where is it? MH3 came out in June, right?
Yeah.
They were sitting at 2. They were hovering around 2, and they've only gone down since. And now after the change on the 15th, from earlier on the 15th, like they've shot back up over the past several days from like
Yeah.
1.75 to 1.9. So like,
Yeah.
if they're doing the thing, they're doing what they intended to do.
Yeah. It's doing it.
Is that good for players? I don't know. Maybe. I can't say for sure. I don't play online anymore because I don't want to pay a rental service, especially I don't want to play. I don't want to pay mana traders after they jacked up prices.
Yep.
And if I played Breach online, I would time out every game, 100%. So I don't want to do that. I would rather just play linear. Like I'd rather just play Murktide online. And if I wanted to do that, I would just go play locals because there's a lot of local tournaments, like a lot of locals around me, where I can get like paper dexterity in and just do that. So
how does Breach work again? It's a grape shot, right?
No, that's Storm. It's mill your deck with Grinding Station by playing Underworld Breach and having a 0 mana artifact, generally Mox Amber plus like Tameo or Emery. And then you will tap a blue or tap Mox Amber for blue, sack it to Grinding Station, recast the Amber, float blue,
Okay.
grinding station. Keep going until you have no cards left in your library, and then play Thassa's Oracle.
Huh.
So you have to like save targets for the grinding station. Target you. Like that's your generally fastest way to do it. You have to be careful about how you exile because like if your opponent can play Consign to Memory, you have to leave Unholy Heat available in your graveyard
Mm-hmm.
in order to kill your own Thassa's Oracle and then replay Thassa's Oracle, which also requires you to have enough cards in your library or in your graveyard to be able to
To do that, yeah.
like you have to have like 12 cards in your graveyard, I think, to make that play.
Weird. Okay. And you're not running Darcy at all,
Nope.
which is weird.
You have Rumble. Why do you care?
I know you. Uh
Grinding Station mills 3.
Oh, that's true.
So Grinding Station.
That's true. Oh yeah.
Grinding Station itself mills 3. So that's what you're doing. You're grinding away the Mox Amber you've expended to go. And you can do it with Bobble. It's just you're not floating any mana with it. But you do that until you hit a Mox Amber, or if you have Mox Amber already in hand or battlefield, you just do that until you get a legend.
Yeah.
And then you do your shenanigans.
Right. And then I'm assuming Shifting Woodlands is there.
It can either be Underworld Breach, it can be Grinding Station.
Or
it's generally not going to be Mox Amber.
Yeah.
But
or an Emery?
It could be Emery, but it doesn't get the ETB.
No, but it lets you get the thing back if you need it back.
That seems
like to cast it.
To me, Shifting Woodland has only ever been Grinding Station or an Underworld Breach.
Or a Tamiyo if you need a legendary.
It has never been a Tamiyo.
No?
I would never spend 4 mana to make a 1 mana thing like that.
Okay.
Not unless it's a card that could win me the game, and I don't think Tamiyo does that.
The only time I could see you ever doing that is if you needed like
if
something to turn Mox Amber on.
If I have 6 mana,
the
game's probably already over.
That's probably true. All right. Anyways,
but yeah, for me, this doesn't like. I'm sure this is bad. Like somebody can argue.
It doesn't affect most of the player base.
Yeah, you can argue. Here's why it's bad, and I'll be like, I understand that. However, I'm so divorced from the Magic Online economy that I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like I don't care about your problems. Like if you have problems, it's fine and understandable. I just don't care about the Magic Online thing. So like, if you have issues with it, take it up with somebody else.
Yeah, the Magic Online economy is like, I think the more fair of the two that we have, and even this change doesn't make it more unfair. Right? Like Arena or this. Like I like
this 100%.
Yeah, I like MTGO a lot more compared to Arena because like, hey, I actually have these cards. If I wanted to get out, I can sell it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
As far as that, like whatever. It's whatever. It's all whatever. I think it's just the grinders and the people who are like, I'm going to play the most broken deck every week and have no life. And I'm upset because I'm losing a little bit of extra value.
Yeah.
You're still positive on value, I think.
Yeah. It feels like it comes from the people who want like MTGO to be their career. And it's like, bruh, the expected value out of these is not enough for this to be your career. Like, what did I say? Like, treasure chests were like $1.70 in terms of. I'm assuming I'm reading this right, but like $1.70 in terms of like value. So like, even if you won, you got $170 from treasure chests, and you likely played for 9 hours. I hate to break it to you, but that is not even minimum wage.
Right. Yeah. Like,
actually, that might not be true. It might be 171 divided by 9. Okay, it's $19 an hour. But that's you had to win, and you're not always going to win.
You had to get.
You had
first.
to win,
Yeah.
And you have to do that every day.
And you have to probably be really good on the YouTubes or something.
Well, I think I'm counting that separately. I'm counting being a
I got you.
YouTubing separately.
Yeah.
I'm saying strictly a full-time job from MTGO. I don't think it's fucking possible,
No,
bro.
I don't think so either. If you're doing that, then props to you. Show us the receipts
Yeah,
below.
show the receipts. I would love to see that because like that sounds
Yeah,
unsustainable.
if you're doing it, show the receipts, and we will apologize to you by name.
I mean, unless like they're grinding like 4 challenges at a time.
Well, then they're
And
not winning.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
They're spending more to get into the challenge than it is to on what they're going to bring
Yeah,
back out.
if you go like if you get 33rd in a challenge or like 49th in a challenge, like you spent all that time doing nothing. Like you made no money that day, you know?
Yeah,
So I think this is only for people who want MTGO to be their career and nah.
nah, yeah. And if anything, the people who are like consistently like top 8ing these challenges, they're gonna appreciate this change in the long run because the price of chests are going to go up.
Yeah. Like
It's like this is economics, like how economics should work, not how economics work in weird societies.
all right, so at its lowest, chests were $170 for winning, right? Because you got 100
Yeah.
and you got 100 and they were $1.70. Now you're getting 70, but you're getting $1.90 for them. So it's $133. So currently they're not enough. So what is the inflection point? Where do treasures, chests? It's like I want to say 170, so it's like 250. Yeah, it's at 250. It's when chests get back up to 250, which they haven't been 250. Oh wow, they haven't been 250 since March of this year.
Huh.
So we'll see. Maybe if this does it and chest can get back up to like 2.50 a chest, I think if I'm reading that right from GoatBots, yeah, then the change will have been worth it for first. I haven't done any of the math
Right.
for any of the other places, but like, yeah, I think this is just overall negative for those trying to sell chests for money.
Yeah. Oh no, scalper type behavior.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah. Which I'm guilty of.
Yep.
With my
But with
mystery
that,
box
Bill,
2 stuff.
it's time for us to
Mm-hmm.
leave. It's time to get out of here, and for me to watch
All
you
right.
likely play a League of Magic. So,
Probably 4 rounds.
if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all those things. Leave a comment. Let us know, what do you think about the Magic Online economy change. What do you think of Bill's deck choices? Do you think I'm right in that Bill should just stick with the deck for a while and then learn all their mechanics and then move on to a new deck? Let us know. And on the podcast side, do the podcast thing, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. We really appreciate all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep calm and spike on.